Good morning, everyone. I'm Carolyn, your host, and welcome to Weekly Minis, your bite-sized workshop on the hottest acro topics. A few things before we get started this morning. I'm just going to adjust my screen. One moment. There we go. A few things before we get started. You can reference all of our previous weekly minis and more amazing content on our Acrobatic Arts channel on YouTube. I'll put a direct link in the comments for you this morning. If you have any questions while we're live, drop them in the comments and we'll do our best to get to them and answer them before the end of our presentation. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing about today's topic, be a friend and click the share button on this post right now and let them know that we are here. Today, we are so fortunate to have with us CEO and founder of Acrobatic Arts, Mandy Yip, to present the power of digital syllabus, baton arts, and aerial arts. As founder and CEO of Acrobatic Arts, Mandy manages the staff and delivery of all training programs and the Acrobatic Arts syllabus in over 7,500 dance studios. I'm guessing there are more than that in the USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and over 40 other countries. She heads the Acrobatic Arts examination program and trains and certifies adjudicators to administer exams in studios around the world. Over 500,000 dancers participate in acrobatic arts classes on a weekly basis. Mandy, good morning. We are thrilled to have you here.
Hi, Carolyn. So good to see you.
Good to
Love doing weekly minis. It's one of my favorite things to do on a Wednesday morning.
Well, it's mine too, and I'm so happy that you're here because we know about acrobatic arts. Most of our viewers do, but acrobatic arts isn't only acrobatic arts. There are a couple of other platforms that you serve, a couple other genres, so to speak, including aerial arts and the newest baton arts. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So we have expanded a little bit into other syllabi besides acrobatics, things that sort of really mirror well with what we're already doing. And both baton twirling and aerial arts work well with acrobatics. So they were really good choices for us. Plus, I am a diehard baton twirling fan because that's what I grew up doing. So although it maybe isn't as popular as it used to be when I was a kid, I do see some of it coming back. And I'm so excited about seeing that resurgence in what I think is a really, truly beautiful art. And then aerial, we've seen a huge uptick in people who are interested in taking aerial work. So we started with the hoop syllabus. We're actually in the process of filming our silk syllabus and hand balancing syllabus as well. So those things are upcoming this year and I can hardly wait to release those as well. So it's going to be really fun. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about baton and aerial though.
Okay, so we just got, I didn't know that. That's very exciting. We just got a little teaser about what's to come for aerial arts. So big things are ahead. And if you are watching this and you're familiar with baton or you're familiar with aerial and maybe less familiar with acrobatic arts, if you listen to that bio about Mandy, that gives you some true credibility or at least ability to find some credibility in this foundation that has been provided through the experience of acrobatic arts and what that's been able to bring to the world of acro. It's exciting to see what that's going to bring to the world of aerial, and especially with the expertise we have behind that in aerial arts and baton arts. So now we're talking about apps today. That's why you're here. So, but it's not just an app. I mean, it's the foundation of the syllabus. Is that correct for both of these programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So the app is a wonderful tool, but I think what's really important is that the work behind the app is really solid. So in the case of aerial arts, we have Megan Wegg, who is a phenomenal aerialist, went through ENC's program through high school and through college. She has a degree in teaching acrobatic work and in aerial and contortion, not to mention the fact that she toured with Cirque du Soleil for many years. So, I mean, she is a true expert in her field and has been training people for a long time, including artists that are coming through the Cirque du Soleil program. So this is a person who really understands the work and was able to put together foundational programming for those itty bitty dancers that want to try aerial. We're talking 6 years old, 5 years old. In fact, her 3-year-old daughter is up on that hoop every day. And so the work is really solid in that case. And in baton arts, same thing. We have Mark Nash, Loren Dermody, and Jennifer Marcus, who've put together a phenomenal syllabus that really takes twirlers from the very beginning to those more advanced skills, but by using really excellent progressions and having super strong foundations. So that is what's really important. but it sure is nice to have it all on an app where it's in the palm of your hand here on your phone at any moment, and you can show your students what it's supposed to look like. Because I don't know about you, Carolyn, but I'm not getting up on a hoop and putting my leg up here and wrapping around. I mean, Megan can do that, but I certainly cannot do that. And I'm not doing any toss illusions anytime soon either. So having an athlete perform those skills and do them really well, and so we can see what the technique's supposed to look like and show our students this is what you're supposed to look like every single time. And that assistant teacher that's on my phone, she gets it right every time. She never messes up, or he. So that's a really awesome tool to use in your class. I use it for acrobatic arts too all the time, but today we're kind of specifically talking about baton and aerial.
Okay, so with that being said, we have done weekly minis on aerial arts and on baton arts, on the foundations of what those are. So I'll add those while you're chatting. I'll put those in the comments for people that they can go back to and find out more about these programs. But because today is about the apps, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to run with it, and I'll hand things over for you to walk through the power of these online digital syllabuses and or syllabi and how they work.
Awesome. I'm going to shout out to some of my friends in the comments here. Hi, Miss Patty. I see you are joining me this morning. It's so nice to see you. Hello, Shelby. Good morning, Tara. Good to see you guys online. So this is my home screen of my phone. Well, not my home screen, but one of my education pieces. And you can see some of the apps that I use most commonly through my teaching experiences. Today, we're going to focus here on aerial arts and baton arts. So those are the ones we're going to talk about. I was going to start here with aerial arts. And these are set up exactly the same way that acrobatic arts are. So if you're already familiar with our platform for acrobatic arts, this is going to be really easy for you to implement in your studio because you'll already have the idea of how to work it all. So here is the syllabus button. That's probably the most important part for you. When you click on that, you're going to see that you can search by level, category, alphabetically. You can also add to your favorites and then keep the videos there that you want to research or view over and over again. And you can also use this skill name by typing in the name and going directly to it. So if I click on level, you'll see that in this syllabus, there are 6 levels. And then there's also a button here for accessory material, extra things that you can check out. When you click on any of the levels, for example, here's level 3, you can see the 28 skills that are required for that level. And you can click on any of those skills and watch a video of a dancer performing that skill. So I can press the play button here and watch this dancer do this skill. A level 3 cartwheel series. Again, I'm going to guess that my body is not doing this anytime soon. So it sure is nice that I have this dancer who's going to get up on the hoop and do it for me perfectly every time that she shows it. I can go back into here and I can read the notes that Megan has put together on what to look for technique. So here's our focus, that we want to have that strong knee grip, good hollow position, smooth transition, all of those things that are going to be important for the skill. We know that the hoop is required at belly button height. So if you have a hoop that's on a pulley system, you can put it to the correct height for your dancer, and it's written right there for you, so you don't have to guess. And then I also really love this about all of the syllabi that we offer, that we have the previous and next progressions listed. So you can click here if this skill is a little bit too hard for your dancer, or you want to know how this dancer got to this place, you can click on the previous progression, and you can keep going down in previous progressions until you get to something super, super simple. And likewise, you can go the other way and go up in progression until you get to something really, really difficult. So that way, if you're running classes with multiple levels, which I know you are because we all are, it's really easy for you to access what they should be working on. Additionally, we have some other things here, skills that are in this series and exam notes. So everything is listed right at your fingertips. If I click this heart here, it'll show up in my favorites, and I'll be able to find that same skill really quickly the next time I'm looking for it. So that's how the syllabus button works. We also have sections here for featured. And this is a place where we keep instructional videos. We have actually Megan teaching how to teach certain things. We have all of our teaching skills, my teaching tools, sorry. My favorite part about any part of our syllabus is these progress cards, because they keep your classes so super organized. So here's an example of what one of those looked like. This is level 1 for aerial arts. And you can see that here are those same 28 skills in written form in a really easy to use format. And the dancers are going to perform these skills for you in class. And once they can show you that they've mastered that, they're going to get their little sticker or their little initial here that says that they've got that skill. When they can do all 28 skills that are in their level, then they are ready to move on to the next level. And so that makes it really easy for you to keep your classes organized and make sure that your students are working on things that are developmentally appropriate for their level. I love that you can just email this right to yourself, or maybe you want to email it right to your printer and have them print them onto nice cardboard so that they look like postcards. That's a really great feature of this as well. So you can just send it right to your printer and have them print it for you. I'll just delete that draft because I don't need to print these. All right, so I'm going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to go to Baton Arts, but I'm going to continue to show you around. So this is going to look exactly the same when I move into the Baton Arts version of it. And just exactly the way that we showed you the other parts, these two buttons will work the same. So I'm going to move on now to Assist Student. I also really love this. I say that that's my favorite part several times throughout this presentation. So this is my favorite part that I can use as a video comparison tool. So I can record my student, I can play back their video. There's tools in this section where I can slow down the video, I can stop motion or flip the video of the dancer so that they can see what they're doing right and wrong. But I think my favorite button is this video comparison part. So here I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose a skill that my dancer has been working on. In this case, my twirler has been working on. And then I'm going to choose my student. So this is my dancer, Cadence. She actually was my student a long time ago. She lives in Ontario now, but she's going to show us her toss illusion that she's been working on. And we're going to compare her to the one that's actually on the app and see if she looks the same or if we can see some technical deficiencies. So here's the app version up here. She does a nice job and she catches it. You can see down here that Cadence is trying, but she's not able to catch it. So I think what's great about this part of the syllabus is that I can try to figure out why that's happening. Why isn't it working? Because this is a question that we get all the time from teachers. What's wrong with the side aerial? Why isn't this walkover working? And by having them right here beside each other, it's easy for me to see that there are certain technical deficiencies that my dancer is not making happen that this dancer is. And I think an even easier way for us to look at that is if we click this button and then this little eyeball here, and we're going to put these two right on top of each other. I'm just going to line them up like this, and then we're going to watch this again, and we're going to see if we can figure out what's not working. Okay, so I noticed a few things right away. Watch how the dancer that's mine uses her body to hike the baton up, and it forces the baton out and away from her body. Notice also how when she does her reverse illusion, she has a break in her body as she moves around, whereas the other dancer has a nice straight line from her head to her toe all the way around. So that might be why this trick isn't working for her. And this is a really great way for us to look at any skill and see why things are working or not working. So that's the Assist Student button, and you can find that in all of our apps as well. The manual is our actual manual for any of our courses. So it's just, we do give these out in written form for many of our courses, but this has it all digitally right in the palm of your hand so that you don't have to go searching for anything. And then the lesson plans is also a really fantastic place to head. So if you're not really sure how to put together a lesson plan for a baton twirler, maybe you've never done baton twirling before, you can come here and we've put these together with our experts to give you really good solid ideas on how to put together a level 1 lesson plan that's going to work for the next 12 weeks of their development. And if I click on view there, I can see what they're going to do, how long the whole class is going to take, how long each section is going to take. So they're going to do cardio for about 5 minutes. What they're going to do for their cardio section. Let's see, what's our next section here is going to be a warm up. And we're going to get down here into the twirling part of it. And if I click on any of these, maybe I'm not sure, I can't quite remember what this wrist twirl one was. I can click on it and it'll take me to that same page where I can watch a video and learn a little bit more about the focus. So that goes back and forth right into your lesson plan, which makes it really easy for you to keep your class moving and also make sure that you're providing all of the necessary steps to make things work for your students. And then I do love this part too. This is the tutorial section of our syllabus. And here we have some experts teaching things that they are really expert at. And if you know anything about baton twirling, then you know about Stacy Singer, who was the world champion for I don't know how many years in a row, a phenomenal twirler. And she talks here in these tutorials about some of her most famous skills. This one here is about her monster roll.
When you begin teaching the monster roll, it's really important to start with your right arm. And we're just going to start with 3 steps back now.
Isn't that amazing? I just think that that's so amazing. So that is a little snippet about all of the different things that you can find in our syllabi. Like I said, it works for the acrobatic arts one, the aerial arts, and baton arts. So all of those work the same way. And there's just such a wealth of knowledge there in the actual work itself, in the content, but then also in the way that you're able to manage and use that content so easily in your class. It really does flow very quickly. And that's really important when you're standing in front of a class of 16 children and you want to find that skill. You don't have to go searching around on YouTube or I think I saw something on Instagram I'd like to try it. No, you just find it's right there, So I think that is really powerful.
Yeah, Mandy, I was going to say, I'm not surprised that, well, 2 things. One, it's inspiring that you're excited about the app and its capabilities and that everything is your favorite, but I'm not surprised because when you look at how intuitive it is and how helpful you called it your assistant in the classroom, it is very powerful. And I know even one of our Tim Buckley from the UK, who works alongside Megan in their presenting of acrobatic arts and hoop and aerial arts, was even saying they use it all the time in the classroom as well. So I think it's just, it reinforces the power of having that right at your fingertips, but also going back to that fundamental progressive training that takes it back to the basics, but also gives you those things that us as teachers can't necessarily begin to perform. It's just so powerful on so many levels. Sorry, yeah. I talk about fangirling. I get really excited about the power of the app. So I hope that is translatable to the people who are watching, that is such an important element in your teaching. And it is so it's the return on investment, really. I mean, you are having that in your classroom saves time and money, other people, demonstrators, things like that come at a cost as well.
Yeah, I think the time savings is huge. I often will have a live demonstrator as well, although since using the app, I rarely do, to be honest, because the app does it right every time. When I have a live demonstrator, they make mistakes. And so they have to do it over and over again. And sometimes even when they do it over and over again, they can't really tell the student or show the student what it is that I want to show them. But the app does it right every time. And I think that is super powerful. I use it every single week in my own classes. There isn't a week that goes by where it doesn't come out and I show the kids what it is that I want them to look like and to video them and so they can see, this is what I look like, this is what I'm supposed to look like. Does it look the same? No. So then we still have work to do, right? And that is a really great tool because they are visual learners. I think humans are visual learners in general, but especially children. And this form of education is it works for them. They're used to being on these devices 24/7. So this is a way that they really connect with.
Right. And creating that form of standards. So these are the standards that are created for the syllabus. So when teachers are preparing their students to go into exams, that's part of that process as well. That's what you can expect. Then also to add on to that, to put it back to you, it's you're always, if you said this before, but if you're looking at those standards created on the video, but you find something better or create something better, you'll immediately change it out on the app. Is that correct?
Yeah, we add to the app almost every day. There's always new things to do in all of these genres because they are art forms that are constantly changing. There's always a new way to change that walkover and a new way to add a different spin on something. So as we have new skills that enter into the industry, we video them and put them up. And if we find a dancer who can do it better, we take that other dancer off and put a new dancer on. And we're constantly changing that. We have, like I said before, we're going to go do a whole week of filming in Ontario in April. And then we'll have another whole week of filming in New York in May. So there will be all kinds of brand new things to access on our apps at that time. It's very exciting because it's super easy for us to change. So we do it all the time.
I love that. So I'm going to put it back to the people who are watching. If there are any questions, I always say this, but you have the expert here. So if you've got anything you'd like to add or questions you'd like to put in the comments, now would be the time. This month, there's a reason we're talking about this. Obviously, these programs are developing, continuing to evolve, and just on the, the really the opportunity of them just launching, although aerial arts has been around for a little bit longer, but just as you can see, they're already on the move. So there's a special we have coming up this month. Mandy, do you want to talk about that, launching on March the 15th for these apps?
Yes, there is a special. You have that information on you, Carolyn?
I do. So, well, I can talk about it. So there is a special on the apps that will be launched, a promotion we have starting on March the 15th. So there is a 10% discount. I believe that is the amount on each of those apps. And once you engage with that opportunity for the duration of your sustained membership, you get to benefit from that discount. It is a great opportunity and time to get on. There are new courses coming up all the time for aerial arts and for baton arts. New courses are being announced and have been announced. So it's a great time to get on board with those. But we will be announcing the code to take advantage of those courses by our email and on our social media. So you can watch our social media, but if you want to make sure you don't miss out on that opportunity, when we're off air today, I will put in the links to sign up for the email blast, the email newsletters for those respective platforms. And you can get on those, and we'll make sure that you get that information into your inbox the day before so that you're ready to go when that opportunity launches. Is that everything, Mandy? Did I get it?
I think you did, yeah. And thanks for having that information, because I didn't have the dates in my head or the amount, but I think you nailed it on both accounts. So thank you for that.
No problem. So savings for you and our opportunity to give something back for you, reinvesting in yourself and your own personal and professional development. Mandy, a lot of our teachers have been talking about leveling up this year, coming out of or still in the pandemic, but moving forward, it's a really important time to start that process.
100%. I actually was just on a call this morning with someone who has created a platform that connects dance teachers with dance teaching work. It's called Artwork. I'll actually put the link into the comments here at the end of this as well. But what he was saying is that they get constant calls for teachers looking for acrobatic, or studios looking for acrobatic teachers. And we're getting those too. We get 2 or 3, sometimes 4 a day of studios asking us if we know of anyone who can teach acro and is certified. So if you are not already certified in these specialty disciplines, and especially in acrobatics, it is something that you really want to look into this summer, because there's a huge gap there. We have so many studios that want to offer acro, but there just are not enough certified teachers. So hopefully people can see that opportunity and take advantage of it over the summer, so that when September rolls around, we're ready to get back in the studio with our students. These are the things we have to think about now in February, so that by September, we're ready for those classes and to get those kids really up and running with solid work.
It's such a good point. Yes, now is the time. Dance seasons are busy, and next thing you know, it's the summer, and so planning ahead is key. Making time for your own personal and professional development is super powerful. So Mandy will put that link. There are no further questions respective to aerial and baton arts apps and syllabus. I have put the links to the previous weekly minis, and that we did talk about those programs, so you can look into those and find out more. But as always, you can reach out to us at admin@acrobaticarts.com for more information. Mandy, I don't know, we could keep going, but she put the link in now, but I think we should let people move forward, and they can come back with any questions they have. Thank you so much for being here today.
It was fun as always, Carolyn. Love being with you in the morning.
I love having you. Thank you so much. And thank you, teachers, for joining us for this weekly mini. Join us next week. We'll be back in the studio all the way to Australia, talking with master teacher Kate Evans about back roll extensions. Definitely one you're not going to want to miss. You can learn more about acrobatic arts and our programs, including aerial arts and baton arts, at acrobaticarts.com. Join us again next week. We will see you then. Thank you, everyone.